Well, my background's all applied math. With engineering and technology and military and flying, everything's been applied math. So to me, it's being able to build a house, based on reading design plans, calculating the materials, knowing where to cut, how to add or subtract portions, figuring angles, ratios, scaling up, scaling down. That's what it's all about to me.
This is an art studio for a teacher in the community who's getting ready to retire, and he would like to continue teaching art in an adult setting. So this is a complete from beginning to end deal. We pulled the permit, we did the dirt work, the foundation. The art studio is basically like a house because it has a bathroom in it and has vaulted ceilings, 9-foot walls, and lots of windows for light. The students actually did a lot of the design work alongside, and it taught them a lot of interpersonal skills, and we try and expose them to building officials, suppliers, homeowners. And then we barbecue on site, we have breakfast on site, and we do everything together. And it's very much like an industry day. We get a lot done in summer, but we put in a lot of hours too.
Well, we try to incorporate everything we're doing with our math standards with the job that we're building right now. So we're trying to use the actual measurements from the job site, the angles off of our rafters, have the students calculate things like surface area and volume and order supplies. We do estimating, and it's pretty much up to them to order the correct amount of materials depending on what phase of the job we're in. I let Rob drive the production schedule with getting the house built, and then I fit the curriculum to match what the needs are for that particular phase of the project. We obviously can't do angles on the roof when we're still pouring a foundation, so I can alter our order. So that's how it's just developed, and we've built everything. We've done sidewalks, privacy fences, sheds. We've been working on this project for about a year now, and it all fits. I just take the math Common Core standards and I look at what's expected for the class that I'm teaching. I take our district adopted curriculum and feel free to cut and paste the different parts to put an order together that's logical with the building schedule. I also have the ability to go in and edit the worksheets, so I can remove word problems that are not relevant and replace them with what it is that we're doing the very next day. I try to do it all the night before, and that way the day of the project, the problem matches what we're actually doing. If we're buying concrete, then the problem's going to be concrete. Well, a lot of times we just come out here and we're cold or wet or whatever the case is for that day. Sometimes we sit in the cab of my truck if we need to get out of the rain a little bit to do our math. When we offer this class throughout the year, the only way you can take geometry at our particular school is through this class. So we get a lot of males and females that have no interest in building or working with their hands and suddenly realize how fun it is.
One thing that's been very unique about the program is we have a high female population, and I started 4 years ago. In the first year we didn't have a girl in our program, and I kept looking for one, and we finally found the right one, and she kind of broke the barrier. Once she got in and did that, more girls kept trying, and we found that once girls get involved with industrial classes and take the first class, they stay with it at the same rate that males do, so that's certainly been encouraging.
One of our students today was telling me that this weekend her and her dad were building a shed, and she's like, it's the same framing I'm doing in here. It was awesome, so she already knew what she was doing. So that's good. They should be able to apply the math skills that they would have normally gotten to a practical environment. One of the things I remember seeing is, as an engineer, a lot of the people that I worked with were very book smart, but didn't necessarily know how to apply it to a real life situation.
At least the students that we talk to seem to think it's more meaningful because they get to apply it in the field, and they tend to remember it a little bit better, I think. But we try to teach a lot of team-based strategies with the kids so that this becomes their identity in a lot of cases. And a lot of our kids aren't into sports or into other things, but this is their club, this is their identity. And I think historically in vocational classes we had a tendency to focus on tools. When I think of like a math integrated class, I think of doing things like estimating, which we didn't used to do in vocational classes as much. We might look at our production schedule and make some guesses on when we can finish, and look at percentages and budgets and things like that. Real world applicable things, and a lot of the higher paying jobs are probably in construction management. When we're looking at profit margins and meeting schedules, those are things that maybe historically we didn't look at as much. I think in the past we were maybe a little more skills based, and now we're trying to incorporate the things that students need to interact in the industry settings. We literally take the classroom to the field.
I have students that get into drafting or architecture, construction management, construction engineering. There's plenty of opportunities.